I got some more. As I said, I was doing some more research this morning. Um, Bear with today. I'm a little tired, but I just can't sleep past 7 hours. I got some stuff I got to get done. But anyway, let's go through earthquake update first. I just want to run through a few things with you guys. Um, Now, as I said before, guys, I was looking into that whole thing with the Suez Canal, and it's pretty serious. Everyone's going to be affected by this incident because it's a canal that is used for food distribution to transport commodities so people can actually eat the stuff that we want to eat. Now let's go through earthquake here a little bit. Then again, California is getting beat. Now, a gentleman messaged me a few hours ago about Guatemala, and Guatemala actually got hit like 5 point something magnitude this morning. They got hit hard. All right. Now let's go back to Oregon. Just got hit again off the coast of Oregon. Both California is still active with quakes. Now California just had one over there in it's like on fourth and right now in California. One at the extreme north, and the rest of them is basically at the south of California. It's a lot of tremors going on over there in California. So you guys just be aware it's still active. Um, Idaho, there's a quake actually hit Idaho today, 3.2. So as I said, over there in Idaho, Bancroft, Idaho. You guys be aware because you guys are getting some quakes. 3.2 just hit Idaho. And again, Texas, I told you guys, remember I told you about that little space special satellite right there that I marked out in the middle of the United States that will always get hit? Texas got hit again. North Texas, Hermley, Texas. They got Hermley, Texas, 2.6. So they got hit. And again, if Texas get hit, chances are either OKC or Kansas. There we go. Oklahoma. I told you also about Oklahoma. Quinton, Oklahoma, 2.9, almost a 3 magnitude. So there's a section of land right here I've already narrowed down. That get a lot of quakes. The fault line doesn't really run there, but a lot of quakes always happen there. It's where Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, New Mexico, where they all meet. There's a piece of land right there. Now, let's go all the way south some more here. Go back a little bit. El Salvador, there's some big quakes here, 4.9. Then let's go all the way over here to Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico, yes, I do get a lot of messages from Puerto Rico. You guys are getting hit hard, Puerto Rico. Now, the place that I get a lot of quakes is actually at the extreme south of Puerto Rico. Like Guanica. That you guys know where Guanica is in Puerto Rico, South Puerto Rico. Right there, any place that's close to that area of Puerto Rico, if you're around that area on the shoreline, you guys are going to have a very very active day today because the quakes is not stopping over there. It's very active right there. So you guys be careful in the southern part of Puerto Rico. That section is extremely active. Now there's a huge quake just hit Guadeloupe, 5.8. Holy moly! This is north of Venezuela. So if that it happened literally right on the fault line, but it hit Guadeloupe, so chances are Venezuela. I know you guys are going to get hit today because I kind of have an idea how this thing's working right now, especially with these big quakes. The fault line there that Guadeloupe just got hit on, that fault line go all the way down in the water, then stretch right through Venezuela. I know it's getting extremely active. That's the same fault line Puerto Rico is on. All right. And Venezuela, there have been a lot of quakes in Venezuela so far. So I'm going to say Venezuela is probably going to get 4.0 magnitude today. So you guys be very careful over there. Now, Peru also getting hit right now off the west side of the South American continent. Chile, Peru. You guys be careful over there. 4.4 you guys just got hit with. Now that's also on the coast. And Argentina just got hit, 4.3. Oh man. Abra Pampa. Oh, Arbor Pompeii, Argentina. Arbor Pompeii, Argentina. You guys just got hit with a 4.3. It's a huge quake. That wasn't really too much on the shoreline. That was actually more or less in the corner, the corner of that country there. Well, You know, it's most of that country, Argentina, is on the west side of the South American continent. So, and the fault line go all the way down on the shorelines there on the west side, the west section of it. So let's go all the way over here, Indonesia again. Man, I get a lot of message from Indonesia. Let me see. They just got hit with a 4.1, 4.4, 4.3, 4.7. Let me zoom this up a little bit to see where the best location for these people to be right here. But it doesn't look that good for them. I mean, all right, guys, let me kind of narrow this down. All right. Oh man. This is literally in the waters. This is where the quakes are. If you're close to Maluga Sea, there's a lot of quakes there. All the quakes for Indonesia are in the ocean, but Indonesia is just a bunch of small islands. So it's hard to tell people where, which is a safer place normally where the earthquakes are more frequent. But Indonesia is close to the Ring of Fire, and that area is extremely active. But if you guys, this video gets to Indonesia, then you guys know it's all in the ocean. Malacca Sea, if you're close to the Malacca Sea, be extremely aware. Suram Sea, if you're also in the Suram Sea and the Bambara Sea. So Malacca Sea, Suram Sea, and the Bambara Sea. Now, these are sea is basically a small version of the ocean, like the island is just a smaller version of a continent. So those basically north of north of Malacca Sea, south of Suram Sea, and north of Bambara Sea. Right there, area, that little triangular thing right there that combine all the seas. It's extremely active. Now, there's two islands. There's a couple islands around there too. So it's not the entire Indonesia. It's just like a section of it. So basically, if you're around that area on any one of those islands in Indonesia, man, you guys are going to get a lot of quakes today. All right, that's the best I can do for Indonesia right now. But just guys, stay off the shorelines as much as you can, because Indonesia is just nothing but island. They really can't go anywhere too far inland anyway, because it's just get on the biggest piece of island in Indonesia. That's like one of the best advice you could get. Japan 4.2, they just got hit again. Japan is active. Russia just got hit again. Wow, Russia's getting stormed. 4.9. Russia is getting stumped. Russia got hit again, 4.2. And it's always the same place in Russia that's getting the quake. The quake don't stop there. And the reason why, there's a fault line going along there. Now, the same fault line go all the way over to Alaska. Alaska, the south of Alaska right now is getting what? They just had a 3.8, 3.0, 2.6. Big quakes. Alaska and Canada also just got hit. North of Canada, you guys are getting some quakes. All right. Now, let me see here. New Zealand. I do get a message from New Zealand. I guess the video, my videos get to New Zealand. It's kind of cool. I think New Zealand's awesome. Never been there, but I pull up maps of the country and I look at it and read a couple of the history. But I think New Zealand's it's a great. It sounds like a great place to be. But north of New Zealand, guys, be very aware, north and northeast. All right. And as I said before, guys, I had someone from New Zealand message me and said the information that I gave, especially about the bug out bag, having a bow. I was having this conversation with also my friend. I want also to let you guys know that there's a new legislation that's being written up right now under the Biden administration. This is what it is. This is the best way to take away your guns too. This is how slick this legislation is. If you get shot by somebody and they use a 9mm or whatever type of gun they use to kill you or kill a family member of yours, chances are the person that shoot the other person, they will go to jail. So you can't really sue them. They're probably just going to spend the rest of their life in jail. But guess what? Guess the twist to this legislation. You could actually go after the gun company. You could sue them. Even though somebody took a gun, killed somebody else, it's not the person that owned the gun company that did it. You can't sue the murderer because the murderer is in jail. You could file a lawsuit now and go after the company that made that weapon. And this is the best way to kill these companies. You don't see what's going on? You guys are not aware of this. This just started and it's actually true. So I see this going through, this being passed. So basically, if somebody get killed by a gun, that person family, friends, wife, kids, whoever, they can get a lawyer. They could file a lawsuit and go after the company that make that weapon. You don't have to go after the person that did the crime. They're already in jail or wherever they're at. But you could sue the weapon manufacturer. You could sue them. Can you imagine? Do you guys see them on a lawsuit that's going to happen? And people are going to go after them. So what do you think these weapon manufacturers are going to do when all those lawsuits start piling up on their table, on their desk? They have no choice but to close. They're going to go out of business, guys. The people that make weapons, if you can't take the weapon away from people, just kill the source that's making it. A weapon is something that have mechanical stuff that move all the time. If you use it, you have to service it. If they're no longer making the parts, you can't buy the parts to fix them or service them. They're no longer making the bullets. You don't have none of that to use anymore. A lot of people think, oh yeah. Honestly, guys, one of the best thing you could have is a bow, is a compound bow. A compound bow and have a lot of arrows. Had someone messaged me from New Zealand and said and thanked me for that advice. That advice was given to me by someone who spent time in the Navy SEAL. This is someone who's very well with weapons. And he told me, he said, Nick, during Tiatuaki, which we will have, the best thing to have with you is a compound bow with a bunch of arrows. It could defend you. You could use it to eat. You could use it to hunt. And if you practice with a compound bow, normally go 50 to 70 pounds of pull on the bow. 50 to 70 is a good one. All right. Now, if you practice with that thing and get good at it, I promise you could shoot the hair off the back of a bird's butt. I can. They're very accurate. You just have to practice and know where find a safe place to practice. So I'm just letting you guys know that. It's always good to have that in your bug out bag. You know what? You got to have that. Don't forget about your bug out bag. Get that. Always have that prepared, no matter what. We don't want those. We don't want to use. I don't want to use it, but I know one day I'm going to use it. So I've conditioned myself like that. You know, always. I plan for the worst, but I'm always hoping for the best because I'm hoping, man. I wish I just live my life, pass away, and then let the next generation deal with what's coming with this planet. But unfortunately, things are speeding up very, very, very fast. I've noticed that globally. So I know it's close. So I know it's going to be in my lifetime. Get those bug out back ready, guys. Always have a good thing. As I said, I can't repeat it enough. Compound bow with a bunch of arrows. And if you can have two because things do break. So you can always have a spare to use. You can't do this alone either, man. If you're using your bug out bag, you should not be alone. You need a group of 2 to 6, not more than 6, because at that point the group becomes vulnerable. Too many people there. All right, between 2 to 6 once you're on the move. Now, a bug out bag is basically used when you know for a fact the grid is completely down. We are completely dark. If you're in the urban area, you have 78 hours to get out and get away from people. If you're in the more rural side, you don't have to. You could stay there as long as you want because you're away from people. As I said before, guys, if you're in the urban area, I am in an urban area, I have 78 hours. Once I'm bugging out, I got 78 hours to bug out. I will only move at night. I will sleep during the day, and I will follow the main power line. I will use my compass and use my maps. A military compass, not a compass that need battery or use electricity. Use a compass that go off Earth magnetic field. A military compass, that's the best one to have. And a map. And also, if you could get on Google Map, and get location of landmark and memorize them in your head in your wherever you live at, wherever country, wherever province, wherever parish, wherever state, wherever, whatever city. Just have an idea of the layouts, okay? And those are things that were taught to me by people that serve, they serve their time. And I was fortunate enough to get those people to mentor me and teach me and prepare me for times like this. And I just want to pass on that information to you guys. The more I'm doing this research, the more I realize that, the quakes have slowed down, guys. It has. Not as much. We're getting a lot of quakes. Don't get me wrong. But compared to when Iceland was off the chart, it has slowed down. But what I've noticed, the quakes have gotten big. So those small quakes, what it did, it literally start moving those fault lines. So I know for a fact when Earth swing back around and come back close to that planet, I'm gonna times these big quakes by 10. So these big quakes that have been listed now, when Earth get close to the planet again, which it will in a few months, these numbers, mark my word, and I love to say that because I know for a fact what I'm saying is true because I've been following this for years. Mark my word, these big numbers are going to increase by 10. We're going to have Iceland 2.0 next time. Yes, 2.0, and it's going to be everywhere. Places like California, Texas, those places are going to be off the chain with quakes. You guys are not ready for this, man. You guys are not ready. You guys gotta get ready, man. It's not gonna be pretty, guys. It's not a pretty message. I just happen to wear that hat to bring the message to you guys. I know a lot. I know I'm going against people core belief here. I know that a lot of people have. I've known people. I've shared this information with people. I get the reaction from friends. I know what it takes to accept this. Not a lot of my friends accept this information, not yet. And I've been preaching to them for years. I've only been doing this now for a few weeks. And they haven't accepted this information because they're having a hard time. Cognitive dissonance. That's what it is. It go against their core belief. Everything that they've been taught has been shattered. We are there. Earth is no longer the same. Earth is on its side, folks. Get that in your head. The media is not going to tell you. I will. It's 25 degrees on its side, on its axis. It's sitting like that now. Seriously. North Pole is over in Russia. South Pole is like northeast of Australia. The poles are now facing the sunlight. Why do you think the ice are melting at the sunlight? Oh, yeah, you believe in that lie, global warming, right? You believe that? You believe that global warming is the reason why those ice are melting. And we're going to charge carbon tax and tax people and take money from them because they believe the lie. No, folks, the planet's like that. The planet is what it's like. So the poles are now facing the sun, and the sunlight is melting the ice. The planet is not getting hot. It's getting cold. All right? Wake up, guys. Thank you guys so much. I can't stay too long. I have to get ready. My day started. I'm a little tired. I'm thinking about going to the gym, but I don't know. I'm going to sleep on that a little bit. Not sleep, but I have a book I'm still reading. I have this information I find extremely, I like reading, so I find this book extremely cool. So let you guys have a great day. As I said, my friends in Puerto Rico, you guys stay aware today, especially Puerto Rico. You guys stay aware. You guys are getting some big quakes. Big quakes, and that is south of Puerto Rico. New Zealand, north, east, and north of New Zealand. Stay aware. Cali, you guys stay aware in Cali. Cali's active today, extremely active. Texas, Oklahoma, Nevada, Idaho, Utah, Montana. Stay aware. There's a lot of tremors and a lot of quakes coming your way today. God bless you guys. Have a great day. Stay safe, folks.